Hello friends, Sanjukta Kaur here. Welcome to my channel Digitives. In my channel you will get all the videos related to CBSE class 11th and 12th syllabus for computer science with Python. With this you will get other videos of different programming languages like C++, Java, etc. So friends, watch the videos till end, share it with your friends, and most important part, if you have not subscribed my channel till now, please subscribe it. You can ask your queries in my comment section and it will be cleared in my upcoming videos. Thank you friends. In this video, I am going to discuss some questions for Term 2 practical examination of class 11th. And basically these questions are from list chapter, right? So let's discuss the first question. Write a program to find the largest and smallest element in a list. Okay, so here the basic concept about the list, that if you declare a list with 10 elements, then there are some negative index number and one is positive index number. So positive index number starts from 0 to length of the list minus 1. If your list contains 10 elements, then your index number starts from 0 to 9, length of the list minus 1. This is about your positive index number. Left to right index number will be there. But what is that negative index number? Your negative index number starts from right to left, and here the negative index number starts from minus 1 to minus length. So if your list contains 10 elements, then very first element having the minus 10 index number in negative index number concepts, right? A negative index number is also known as backward indexing concept, and positive index number is also known as forward indexing concept. So this is about the very important factor about the list, right? So let's write the code. How do you find out the largest and smallest element of a list variable? So here friends, no need to worry, because Python provides the built-in functions, that is max function and min function. So you can use the max function and min function to find out the largest and smallest element from the list variable respectively. So let's write the code. Let's declare one list variable having few elements. Suppose randomly I am going to store the elements 10, 32, 45, 78 and 3, then it is 20. So 56, 89, 21, then 5, right. So here my list contains some elements, and next part is just print the elements of the list. List variable name is L1. So friends, here I have already declared the list and initialized the elements to the list at that time only, right. After that, just if you want to print the largest element of this list variable, so here the largest element is just use the max function to find out the largest element. But how will you use that? Suppose max is the function name and L1 is my list variable name, so max of L1. So in this way we can find out the largest number from the list variable L1. Similarly, how can you find out the smallest element? So here min function is there, so the smallest element is min of L1. Min is the function name. So let's execute the program. Hope all of you understood, because here max function is there. Max function is used to find out the largest element from the list elements. Similarly, min function is used to find out the smallest element of the list variable. So very simple. Save this program, execute it. Now here your list contains these elements, and the largest element is 89, because already we have used the max function, and the smallest element is 2. Hope all of you understood the concept. So friends, let's discuss the next program. Write a program to input 10 elements into a list and search an element from the list, right. So here input word is there. If just your question is asking you to input the value, accept the values or enter the values at execution time, at the time the option is with you. Eval function also you can use, and you can form one list variable with 10 elements. After that, the same forward indexing number, backward indexing number already you have. Now suppose now this question you have to search an element from the list, right. Suppose I want to search one element and the element will be 15. So what will be the answer? That 15 is present at index number 3. Suppose I am going to use the forward indexing concept. So 15 is at index number 3. So this will be the answer. But how will you do that? So friends, you have the index function. So in this case, to search an element, to find out the index number of a particular element, you can use the index function, right? So here let's write the code. Let's declare one variable L1. If you want to input the numbers, input the elements to the list variable as execution time, then you can use the eval function. So L1 equal to eval input, enter 10 elements, right? And after that, just you can print the values or elements of the L1 variable. So print L1. Then after getting 10 values to that L1 variable, now next statement is what? Now you have to search an element, but which element you have to search? Any particular element, but before that you have to just assign that element to a variable. So here S is my variable name, and just int input, enter the element, which do you want to search. That means आप कोई भी एलिमेंट सर्च कर रहे हो तो वो एलिमेंट्स आप अभी एंटर करो और वो एलिमेंट्स कहाँ पे असाइन हो जाएगा, एस के अंदर असाइन हो जाएगा. सो विच डू यू वांट टू सर्च. सो आपको वो एलिमेंट जस्ट एंटर करना है और वो ऑटोमेटिकली एस में स्टोर होगा, राइट. आफ्टर दैट, सो नाउ यू हैव टू यूज द इंडेक्स फंक्शन. सपोज प्रिंट the index of, or print s is that variable name. So s is present, at index number, which index number? So to get the index number of that particular element, you can use that index function. But how will you use that? Just write the L1 dot index and write the variable name. So only you have to use the index function so that you will get the index number of this element s. So if s is present in that L1 variable, right, but if s is not present at that time, what will you do? So just you write the if statement, right. So this one is very simple. You can find out the index number of any particular element, but if that element is not there at the time, what will you do? Just error will come. So how do you handle that? So for that you can write if s in L1 variable. That means if that s is present in that L1 variable, in operator here I have used, if s is present in that L1 variable, then you just use the same statement. So print s is present at index number L1 dot index function. But if that s is not there, so else, here you have to put that statement else. That means here s is not present. So just write down print s is not present. Okay. So print s is not present. So not present means you cannot get the index number. Very simple. So friends, this is the code to find out to search one element from the list variable. So initially eval function I have used to enter the elements to the list variable at execution time. After that I have tried to print the values or elements of that L1 variable so that it is easy for you. Then s contains the value which you want to search. Then here membership operator I have used. If s in L1, that means if s is present there, then you have to just write the L1 dot index s. That means you have to just get the index number of that particular s element. But if that s is not there, then just you have to display s is not present. So let's execute the same. Now enter 10 elements. So here suppose 10, 23, 56, 78 and 90 and 25, suppose 15, 36, 2, 45, 10 elements already. Now the list already contains these elements. So enter the element which do you want to search. Suppose 15, right? So here 15 is present at index number 6. Just count it. 10 is at index number 0, 23 index number 1, 56 is at index number 2, 78 is at index number 3, similarly 90 is at index number 4, 25 is at index number 5, 15 is at index number 6. So 15 is present at index number 6. Hope all of you understood. But let's execute the same program once again. So enter the values to the list variable. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 values now I have entered. Enter the element which do you want to search. Suppose this time I want to search 25. Actually 25 is not there. So here your Python will display, already displayed that 25 is not present in your list variable. So in this way you can just write the code for how do you search an element from the list variable, and if you have to enter the element to the list, then how will you write the code? Your eval function you can use. Hope all of you understood the concept. So let's discuss the next program. Is question number 3. Write a program to input 10 elements into a list and swap each even index number element to its odd index number element consecutively. That means here what will you do? Suppose you see this list 1 contain 10 elements, 10, 20, 30, 15, 75, 25, 85, 69 and 82 and 17. Here at index number 0, 10 is there, index number 120 is there, so 0 is the even index number, 1 is the odd index number. Similarly, next index number 2, 30 is there, index number 3, 15 is there. So what that question will ask you, just you have to swap these two values. Swap means interchange. अगर आप इन दोनों वैल्यूज को इंटरचेंज करना चाहते हो तो कैसे करोगे? सिमिलरली नेक्स्ट टू एलिमेंट्स की इंटरचेंज करना है और नेक्स्ट टू एलिमेंट्स की इंटरचेंज करनी है, फिर नेक्स्ट टू एलिमेंट्स का इंटरचेंज करना है, तो ये आपको लगातार करना है. आपकी लिस्ट अगर 10 एलिमेंट्स है देन ऑल्सो यू हैव टू राइट द कोड. इफ योर लिस्ट कंटेन 100 एलिमेंट्स देन ऑल्सो यू हैव टू राइट द कोड. सो हियर इंडेक्स नंबर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट here the index number starts from 0 to length of the list minus 1. So when you write the code, after that your answer will be 20, 10, that means it is interchanged. Similarly 30, 15, 25, 75, 69, 85 and 17, 82. Okay, hope all of you understood what will be the concept I am going to use here, right? So here swapping, that means interchange, and in Python that swapping you can do in a very easy way. Okay, so let's start writing the code. Suppose L1 is one variable and L1 equal to eval input enter elements to the list. Now just print it, print L1. After that now we have to apply the logic. How can we interchange this even index number value to its odd index number value? So here I have to continue the loop, that is for I in range. As you know, index number positive index number starts from 0 to stop index number will be the length of the list. So len function is there to find out the total length of the list. So len of L, and here step value will be there. That means you see, once you are changing the even index number 0 and odd index number 1, next step will be your even index number is 2 and your odd index number will be 3. So 0 to 2, again 2 to 4. So here your step value will be 2. And now just how do you interchange the value? Very simple, L1 of I, comma operator will be there, and the odd index number will be L1 of I plus 1. Here my list variable is L1. So L1 of I and L1 of I plus 1. See, what is the meaning of this? If initially the I value is 0, right? So L1 of 0, that means very first element, even index number element, and the odd index number element, that is 0 plus 1, that is 1. So 0 index number and 1 index number, both the elements you want to interchange. So how will you do that? L1 of I plus 1 and L1 of I, right? So with this you are able to swap these two elements, and as we have written this particular statement within a loop, so continuously we have to do the same for other elements. So here next just print after swapping, the list is, after swapping the list is, then print L1. Okay. Similarly, before swapping also you can write the same statement. Your original list before swapping the list is right. So, let us execute the same. First save it, then execute it. Suppose enter elements to the list variable. Now it is 10, then 20, next 30, 40 and 50, then 60, then 70 and 80, then 90, then 100. So, 10 elements I have entered. So, before swapping the elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. After swapping the list is, see now already it is interchanged 10 and 20. So, 20 already came to the very even index number, and 20 and 10 already came to the odd index number. Similarly, in this case you can see 30, 40 and here answer in the swapping part it is 40 and 30. So, in this way you can swap each two values in your list variable. Hope all of you understood the concept. So, friends, here the logic is, this is your even index number. When I value equal to 0, then I plus 1 is 1. Similarly, next iteration is that value of I will be 2. That is why I have given the step value 2. Again from 2 to next iteration will be I value will be 4, next it is for 6, next it is for 8. So, that is why I have given the step value as 2, right students. So, in this way you can swap these two in odd index number and even index number in a list, and you can do the same repeatedly. Hope all of you understood the concept. So, thank you friends, thank you very much.